Wow, okay. So I deployed 3,000, lost 390. I have 260 or 2,610 remaining, and I killed 14,000 or 1,400, 1,459. God, I cannot read apparently. But they lost a total of 1466, so they had a bit of friendly fire, it would seem. Granted, so did I, but well, no, it looks like we had about the same degree of friendly fire actually. Because they only killed 383, so I had 7 incidents of friendly fire killing one of my guys. I killed 1459 and they had 1466 loss, so they had, yeah, 7 incidents of friendly fire killing one of their guys. But they've only got 184. I think their army's actually going to be disbanded. Nope, never mind. Game just had to prove me wrong there. Okay, dokie. I could, technically speaking, march on them if I wanted to. I'm not going to. In fact, I'm going to have my guys start running back to St. Louis. So 2 turns until I have the primary army that's going to be led by McClellan. Yep. Just had to check and make sure I was pronouncing his name right. Looks like I did. And we're going to march on Richmond. I mean, they don't really have any forces in the area to necessarily stop me, or at least nothing serious. And honestly, I don't, from looking at this, I'll have a full army stack. They will not have a full army stack, so I shouldn't have too much of an issue. And all the units they get should just be conscripts, which aren't exactly the greatest. And in terms of the units they have defending, they've got some Maryland and Virginia volunteers. And then they've got a couple of actual conscript units. Though it looks like the Maryland ones are actually going to stand and fight. Potentially, I don't know. I'm not necessarily sure what like the max morale is that your units can have, but yeah, so they've got 10, 9, and 7 morale going down the list here. So the Maryland ones might put up a bit of a fight, but I don't really think I'm going to have too much of an issue taking Richmond. And these guys are going to be marching on Santa Fe. Or Santa Fe. And from there, I'm not quite sure what they'll actually do. They might go ahead and attempt to take West Texas. That's something that'll be very dependent upon how heavily defended West Texas is. These guys are going to attempt to get to Frankfort, but they're going to have to take a very roundabout way because I don't want them running into the enemy. So I'll have them go to Ohio, have them basically then march down through Missouri and then into Frankfort. Seems like the best way to get them there. And I don't think the enemy is going to attack me here in Frankfort, so I shouldn't have too much to worry about. So I'm going to go ahead and save. And end my turn. And let's see what the Confederates do. Okay, it looks like they split some guys off from that army that was heading towards Kansas. Where exactly those guys are going, I don't know. And these guys are back. Oh, and it looks like they might be attempting a march on Frankfort. Oh yeah, looks like they're going to attempt to take... Oh, okay, those guys ran away. And Spain will give me a military alliance in exchange for Maryland. Why the hell would I accept that? Essentially, they're saying, give me your capital. see, I Wish I Was in Dixie. I Wish I Was in Dixie is a popular song about the southern states. It was allegedly composed by musical performer Daniel Emmett, a northerner from Ohio, and was first published in 1859. Emmett's blackface minstrel show Trope debuted the song that same year in New York City, and it became an immediate hit. As with other minstrel show members, the song was performed in blackface and in exaggerated black English accents. The song proved extremely popular and became widely known as Dixie, becoming the unofficial anthem of the Confederate States of America. The origins of the nickname appear obscure. According to a Dictionary of Americanisms on Historical Principles, three theories most commonly attempt to explain the term. The word Dixie refers to privately issued currency from banks in Louisiana. These banks issued $10 notes labeled Dix, French for 10, on the reverse side, and became known as Dixies by English-speaking Southerners in the area around New Orleans, and the French-speaking parts of Louisiana came to be known as Dixieland. Eventually, usage of the term broadened to refer to most of the southern states. The other preserves the name of a Mr. Dixie, a kind slave owner on Manhattan Island where slavery was legal until 1827. His rule was so kindly that Dixieland became famed far and wide as an Elysium bounding to material comforts. Dixie derives from Jeremiah Dixon of the Mason-Dixon line, which defined the border between Maryland and Pennsylvania, and for the most part free and slave states. Alabama is nicknamed the Heart of Dixie due to its geographical location within the region. Okay. Okay. So, nobility are happier with me. Middle class are, well, not exactly happy. New town emerged. Another new town emerged also. Where is it? Oh, they're right there. Couldn't really see it. Is that one up there? Yep, that is the one it was directing me towards. And construction finished. You guys continue on to Ohio, and yeah, it definitely looks like they're going to be making a march on Frankfort. But I think my units over here in Nashville are actually considered close enough to be able to reinforce any attack on Frankfort. So while Frankfort is actually rather lightly defended, technically speaking, as a whole, I don't really have too much to worry about. I want you to finish these guys off, and we're just going to auto-resolve this battle. And now continue your march back to St. Louis. You take Santa Fe. Demand their surrender. Oh, they refused. Considering how lightly defended this place is and how much my army outnumbers them, I'm not going to fight this. I'm just going to auto-resolve it. What? You lost! How the hell do you lose? Severely outnumbered them. By a ridiculous margin. The hell, game. How could you lose that? Okay, whatever. I'll just have to do something about that. I just don't understand how they could have potentially lost that. Okay, the game did not tell me that that was done up there, or that there was a new town right there. Huh. Not sure if I want to go with the military governor's encampment here, considering this is basically on the front. No, 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 no. I didn't mean for you guys to do that. This is basically on the front lines. Yeah, screw it. I'll just go with the military governor's mansion there. It is the front lines. Might as well. And there's not really anything else I can do. I'm really waiting for this army here to be ready, which means waiting for my artillery to be ready. So end turn. Oh, they're attacking someplace. I couldn't tell if it was Frankfurt or not, but it probably is. Yeah, I think it is. Yep, Frankfurt is besieged. Divisions in the south. Residents of the western countries of Virginia do not wish to secede along with the rest of the state, which causes many communities and family members to openly declare their loyalties, and local volunteers flock to fight for both the Union and the Confederacy. On June 8th, the state of Tennessee declares for the Confederacy, despite retaining strong Union sympathies in the eastern countries. It is the last state to secede from the Union. Due to a combination of political maneuvering and Union military pressure, 4 other slave states, Delaware, Kentucky, Maryland, and Missouri, decide to stay with the Union, despite also holding divided loyalties. 23 states remain loyal to the Union. These are California, Connecticut, Delaware, Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Kansas, Kentucky, Maine, Maryland, Massachusetts, Michigan, Minnesota, Missouri, New Hampshire, New Jersey, New York, Ohio, Oregon, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, Vermont, and Wisconsin. During the war, Nevada and West Virginia join as new states of the Union. Tennessee and Louisiana are returned to Union military control early in the war, but become bitterly contested. Colorado, Dakota, Nebraska, Nevada, New Mexico, Utah, and Washington fight on the Union side, but are seen as territories rather than states. Several slave-holding Native American tribes support the Confederacy, giving the Indian Territory, now Oklahoma, a small but bloody conflict, as Union troops continue to enforce U.S. policy against the Indian tribes throughout the war. Okay, you guys are going to go back and take Santa Fe, damn it. And I'm going to actually have to fight this battle, so continue the siege for now until because I need to fix that mistake of sending those guys out when I didn't mean to. Yeah, I'm pretty sure my units are considered close enough. But these guys I think are also close enough, but my guys are better still. It's a fairly large army. James Longstreet. Guys, continue on to Ohio. I think this army's actually going to have to march out to... Well, they can't actually do that this turn. I mean, I could, technically speaking, go and just not bring along one of the artillery units, which is the one that is this one right here. This is the one that's stopping me from going anywhere. Well, I could actually technically leave, but I couldn't get close enough to attack him. So I'll just have to leave that one behind. So we have a number of battles we're going to have to be fighting now. But before that, I want to go ahead and go through building things up. Especially the mines. Because the mines are the most useful thing that I will ever have when it comes to making money. At least in my opinion, nothing else beats mines. See, I almost want to go ahead and build an army and take Montreal and Quebec. Just because it'll give me some new territory. See, Illinois isn't exactly happy with me for some reason. Let's give them a state house. Should make them happier. And can I increase taxes slightly without anyone? Okay. I could do it in the lower class and they won't really mind too much. I could also do it on the middle class and, well, same situation. Well, similar situation. In this case, 4 states will be pissy. In this case, yeah, I could up taxes slightly, and I would end up needing to do it in the lower class simply due to the fact that they're not as pissy as the middle class are when I up the taxes. Because it's 4 or 2, and I'd rather go with 2, so I can deal with this a bit later. State House in Albany, East New York. That should be fine, and then I've got something being built in Illinois, which should help. It gives +2 repression to the area. Although I don't think that's +2 on top of the +1 that comes from the previous building, so we're going to go ahead and take Santa Fe first, but I'm going to make an actual save like this before that. And then do another save like that. And we are going to attack, because apparently I can't leave it to the game. Yeah, I didn't think they would accept. So, the guys are a bit beat up. For whatever reason, we couldn't win against them with the auto-resolve before, and I don't know how. So we're just going to have to actually fight this battle, despite the fact that I don't really want to. So, let's go ahead and win this. Okie dokie. And I think I'm actually going to go and cut off the recording after I do this battle, because there's some other things I want to go and record today. So they've got the city here that they can actually hide in. And I don't have artillery, so I can't pound the crap out of the city. Apparently these guys are hidden. I don't really think it's possible to hide a horse, especially not in this terrain. But so be it. And they are not in the city. Well, now that makes my job a whole hell of a lot easier. Oh, and it looks like they have defenses set up. I mean, I may not be able to see the units that are behind here, but I know there are units behind here. Or there should be, at least. They might be considered hidden. But yeah, there would have to be units behind here. Makes no sense for that to be there. Especially not as soon as the game spawns in, because those are placed right in front of your units. Okay, yeah, these guys are like legit dragoons. Ah, screw it. We'll have the general-esque guy. Which are Kansas Volunteers. We'll have these guys join in. So here's John B. Hood. Technically speaking, it is impossible to tell which one is him, but I'd imagine to be this guy here, because he's the only one that looks significantly different from the rest of them. He's the only one with actual, well, what is supposed to be essentially symbol on his arm, or on his jacket there. So that would have to be the general. So that would have to be John B. Good himself. Or Hood. Yeah, Hood. I accidentally said John B. Good, not John B. Hood. That was an epic fail. I want you guys to march through the city there. I'm going to use the cavalry for the most part in this battle. More so to attempt a force these guys out of their cover before maybe doing an infantry charge, because I don't really think I'll be all that effective utilizing anything other than a straight up infantry charge. I still don't see the guys that should be behind there. I know exactly who I'm going to be charging in on. John B. Hood is not going to have a good day. Okay. So the enemy's not reacting to the fact that I'm about to go and do a cavalry charge on them. Followed shortly thereafter. At least that's the idea, shortly thereafter. With an infantry charge. I mean, if they're not going to react, that's awesome. Makes my job a whole hell of a lot easier. So I'll just have my units, my cavalry sit back here, do nothing for the time being. Until my infantry's in a good enough position. But these guys are, some of these guys are tired already. Why are they very tired, but everyone else seems to be fresh? And there has been no running whatsoever. Whatever, fine. Just ignore them. Oh, and these guys are supposed to be the most experienced units I have. Oh, there we go. Found these guys, and it looks like they're getting out of cover. For what reason, I don't actually understand. And they are just outside my range. So charge, or I guess because they're not going to be behind the cover anymore for the most part, I can actually just go ahead and do something like that. Get you guys to run. Oh, just shot. Oh, are they gonna march into range for me? Oh, yes, they are. Awesome. Great job. I want you guys to charge him. Oh, but these guys aren't allowed to shoot from horseback. Okay. That's the difference between them. They're incapable of shooting from horseback. Well, it's not that big of a hill. No! Come on, guys, you can do it. Just charge them. Don't stop midway. Oh, you better not waver. You guys to go around, and we're going to attempt to charge him again from the rear. No, keep charging him. Don't let any of them escape. Oh, enemy general killed. Okay, job done. Oh, those guys are broken already. I haven't even done anything to them. And yeah, they haven't taken too much damage. They're just saying, screw this, general's dead. We're out, peace. I killed who I wanted to kill there. Oh, battle's over already. Wow. See, game, you couldn't do that for whatever reason. And you had better odds the last time around. That's the thing that's really odd, is that they had much better odds last time. Okay, so no more enemies remaining. I lost only 63 units and they killed 55, so I had some friendly fire happen. And so did they. Well, actually, that's not true. I don't know. I didn't kill too many of their units, so basically everyone died, period, no matter what, on their side. So there we go. I win. William Stewart. Wherever the hell he is. Because I don't see no William Stewart anywhere. But apparently he's morally impaired now. So there we go. We have captured New Mexico. No, come on, game. Oh, I guess... yeah, I can't afford to patch some of these guys up. Go ahead and repair that building. New Mexico doesn't seem to mind too much that they got captured. We could exempt them for a couple of turns, and I think I might do that. Or I don't know. I don't know if that actually helps decrease foreign occupation at all. It might not. Yeah, whatever. Screw it. I'll just keep on taxing them. They're not pissed, so no real reason for me to decide, hey, yeah, you guys don't got to pay taxes anymore. See, if I did that, I would have to fix up New Mexico, Nebraska, Michigan, Ohio, and West New York. So I'm not doing that just yet. But yeah, so I'm going to be actually cutting this off right here. So in the next episode, we will be fighting to defend Frankfurt. And this army will march out to meet James Longstreet. And then after we beat the crap out of James Longstreet, we'll march on Richmond. Hopefully. I don't know, it looks like they might have a fairly strong army now, so... okay. Well, Richmond is now going to be a bit more difficult to take, but not impossible. Just going to have to work a bit harder, which is something I didn't really want to have to do to take one city. Same reason why I didn't want to go and actually fight the battle for New Mexico, because it should have been easy, but nope, game decided it had to be difficult. Oh! Are the Confederates and Mexico at war? No? Why the hell do they have Chihuahua then? Did they get in a trade agreement? Really? Okay, game. Okay. Whatever you say. Oh, can I... oh, no, I still can't technically get anything with Mexico because they are allied with the Confederates. But I can get them to not be allied with the Confederates. I could, technically speaking, actually get something from them. I would like to get Spain in on my side. I mean, it's not that they can't... they won't be of any real help, but I would like to get them. They would not give me a trade or an alliance, but they would, if I gave them Maryland, give me some technology and pay me some money. But that's not what I went to them for. I went to them for an alliance. Granted, no one actually helps me here. Britain's doing diddly squat. So, okay, yeah, whatever. Forget it. I'm gonna just ignore it. It's not worth my time. Wait, do I have a trade agreement with Spain? Yeah, I do. Where the hell is my trade with Spain going to then? Because I don't see any actual trade route that's going to Spanish-held territories. Oh, okay. No, never mind. It's going to Cuba. Okay. It's all coming out of what? New York and Massachusetts? Massachusetts? There we go. Sort of screwed up the name there a little bit, but whatever. I don't particularly care too much if I screw up a name slightly. But yeah, okay, so whatever. I'm just going to go ahead and make an actual save. As always, like, favorite, comment, subscribe, share, and I will see you guys on the next episode of the American Civil War mod for Empire Total War. So, until then,